So I want to talk about this actually. In another piece that you wrote this year, you presented millennials as like as a budding market, I would say.
Oh
And
yeah.
a lot of HVAC companies are, I don't want to say failing, but not really taking advantage of. So can you talk about why HVAC contractors should be focusing more on millennials?
There's a real easy answer to that. If the term millennial is often misused and confused with just meaning a young person. The technical definition of millennial is people like you born between roughly 1980 and somewhere in the late 90s. Some people go even go up to 2000 or 2001, but either way, that in that time period, the peak of births for that cohort is in 1987, which is 34 years ago. The average age of a first-time home buyer is 34 years old.
I'm getting old.
So that means millennials are now becoming homeowners at a rapid clip. So you want to target to this group because these are going to be your customers, and there are a lot of them. These are going to be the customers for pretty much the rest of your career. Your existing customers are, moving away, or in a lot of markets are probably maybe moving away to a warmer climate, or, passing on. So this is who you're going to be working for pretty much for the rest of your career. And that's why you need to know how to reach them. And the sort of, not everything is going to work the same for every age group either. So you have to figure out how you're going to reach them. One thing is that, for example, Facebook is if you want to reach millennials via social media, that's the way to go. It's the number one social media, Facebook and Instagram for millennials. So that might be where you want to spend more of your advertising dollars, and maybe definitely less on like newspaper or print, than previous generations. But that's not to say that you should necessarily discard all traditional advertising either. Don't just say, well, if I want to reach millennials, I just have to go all online. One thing that was interesting during the pandemic is that people were stuck at home, they were bored, and mailers became much more effective because the mail shows up, something to do for 10, 15 minutes, go through the mail, go through that Val pack and see what's in there. So you need to make sure that you're spending correctly to reach this crucial and growing consumer group.
You are a smart guy, Ted. And for anybody listening to this who's an HVAC contractor and you're scared of millennials, we're not so bad, I promise.